Hi grade 4s, welcome to the second video on page 25 about equivalent fractions. So let's get started. We will look at the top box on page 25 first, and it says to get an equivalent fraction, multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number. So you can see that the circle, picture A, has been split into 4 parts and 3 are shaded, so the fraction is 3/4. And you can see the same circle in picture B, it has 4 parts and has three parts shaded. That's what I mean. And then you'll see 2 dotted lines cutting each piece further into 2. So now instead of 4 parts, there are 8 parts. Okay, and then there's 2, 4, 6 slices shaded. So you can see that 3 times 2 equals 6, 4 times 2 equals 8. Okay, so that both the numerator and the denominator have been multiplied by the same number to get the equivalent fraction you see here. Okay, all right, 5. Draw lines to cut the pieces into more equal pieces. Draw lines to cut the pies into more equal pieces, then fill in the numerators of the equivalent fractions. All right, so you can see there are 4 pieces, 6 pieces, 8 pieces here, like what you see on your page. Okay, and then you see that there's a half, so the first one, okay, so every single pie you see, all 3 circles have been divided into half and one of the 2 have been shaded. So that's why there's a half here. Okay, so the first one, we need to cut the pie into 4 pieces. So you're just going to draw a straight line across. Okay, so now you have how many pieces shaded? 2. Okay, so divide this into 6. Okay, so there's 6 parts now, 6 pieces. How many pieces have been shaded? 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, this one has to be divided into 8. So draw a line across, then one diagonal and another one diagonal. Okay, how many pieces have been shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 pieces have been shaded. Okay. All right. So B, you can see that it is 1/3. So 1 out of 3 parts have been shaded. And now you have to divide this circle into 6 pieces, this into 9, this into 12. And then you tell me once you've divided it into 6, 9, and 12, how many pieces have been shaded. So write those answers on top of these fractions. Okay, so you're in charge of doing B yourself. Let's look at 6. Draw lines to cut the pie into more pieces, then fill the missing numbers. So the first pie has been divided into 3 parts and 2 parts are shaded, so it's 2/3. Then we need to cut it. It tells you at the bottom, cut it into 6 pieces. So this denominator tells you how many pieces to cut this pie into. So cut this into 6. This one needs to be cut into 8. And this one needs to be cut into 9. Okay, so time to cut it into 6 parts. So we're going to add a line here, add a line here, add a line here. Okay, so 6 parts. How many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 have been shaded. Okay, now for B, you have to cut into 8 parts. So add a line here, add a line here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 6 have been shaded. All right, you're in charge of doing C yourself. Okay, let's move on to number 7A. Just need to erase this part. Okay, 7A. So we have 1/3 times 2 times 2 equals 6. So 2 times 1 equals 2. Okay, so you're going to write 2 here. So B, a half times what number gives you something over 10? So 2 times what equals 10? 5. So whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So it's the exact same number. So what's 1 times 5? 5. Okay. C, 2/5 times something equals something over 10. So 5 times what equals 10? 2. So it has to be exact same number. So it has to be 2 again. 2 times 2 equals 4. Okay, let's do one more together. D, 3/4 times equals 12. Okay, 4 times 1 equals 12. 3, whatever you do to the bottom, same at top. So 3 times 3 equals 9. All right, you're in charge of doing the rest of the questions yourself on number 7. Number 8. Write 5 fractions equivalent to 2/3. Okay, I'm going to do the first two with you. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is you start from multiplying by 2, and then you multiply by 3, then multiply by 4, then 5, then 6. Okay, so the first one is 2/3 times 2, both top and bottom, equals 4/6. Okay, so you can write 4, 6. Okay, next one, 2/3 times 3 equals 6/9. So you can write 6/9 here. So you can continue with times 4, times 5, times 6. It can be any number as long as you multiply both the numerator and denominator by the same number. It will be an equivalent fraction. Okay, right. Also, I just noticed that for number 6b, make sure you also write what is it multiplied by over here. I didn't do it in an example, but make sure you multiply just like here where it says 3 times 2 equals 6. So you write 4 times 2 equals 8, 3 times 2 equals 6. Okay, all right, that's it.